Okay, well, I started digging through the safe to pull out some 38 special and 357 rounds so I can start testing some of those at the range. I think I found more than I was planning on. Here's what I've got offhand. I've got this PPU. It's 158 grain semi-wad cutter hollow point. A Federal, what they call their versatile hollow points of their Train and Protect variety. Again, 38 special. It's 158 grain. Each of these are 158 grains. Then I found a Legend Pro. This is 110 grain solid copper hollow point. This one, all of these are standard pressure. At least there's no indication that they're plus P, and there's nothing on the box or the cartridges, so I think they're all just standard pressure rounds. Even the Legend Pro. Even though the velocity on that's 1190 feet per second, which is pretty high even for a lightweight 110 grain, but still, it says it's standard pressure. And then there's the Winchester Defend from their older Train and Defend rounds, which Federal sort of stole with the Train and Protect that they came out with afterwards. The Train and Protect are one and the same round, whereas Winchester's Train and Defend, they had a box for Train and a box for Defend. The Trains were FMJs, the Defends are generally hollow points, and in this case it's 130 grain bonded hollow point, which is very similar to like the Winchester Rangers or the T's or the PDXs that they sell. So again, that's what I have for standard pressure. Just 4 different types, but again, 4 different types of standard pressure, potential self-defense type rounds. Now as we move over here, this is the plus P variety that I have in 38 special. The Golden Sabres down here, we tested those already. You saw those 125 grain Golden Sabres. I also have an older box of 130 grain SXT plus Ps, which I think the Defends are from that same family. They've descended from that family, as have the Ranger plus P bonded hollow points in 38 special. There's the Winchester White Box, 125 grain. I've got Federal 129 grain HydroShocks, Hornady 110 grain FTXs, and then Underwood's loading of XTP, 125 grain XTP. So that's the 38 plus Ps that I have. Then in 357 Magnum, we have the, down here at the bottom, it's 125 grain. These are the Federal self-defense rounds. I think they used to sell them in 20 round boxes. I bought them quite a few boxes and just put them in a 50 round holder here. So this is Federal 125 grain hollow points. This is 180 grain XTP bare load. This is the Remington UMC 125 grain semi-jacketed hollow point. A Fiocchi 125 grain semi-jacketed hollow point. Down here is the Golden Sabre 357 Magnum, which is the relative of the plus P 38 special. Then I've got a Freedom Munitions loading of a 158 grain XTP round, an old Winchester Silvertip 145 grain round, the Barnes 140 grain XPB Vortex, which is a solid copper hollow point, the Barnes TAC XPD, which is 125 grain solid copper hollow point, American Gunner 125 grain XTP round, 125 grain hollow point loading by Underwood, which again tend to be loaded pretty hot, Underwoods are, a Steinel loading of 125 grain solid copper hollow point, and then last I have a Hornady Handgun Hunter 130 grain Monoflex, which I think is also a copper hollow point, but I think it has some type of like a gel type filling in there, like similar to a polymer insert, but not quite. So again, this is what I have for like defense rounds. There's a few 357 specialty rounds in there. I have as well. One's a spike point. One is hard casts like a bear load, etc. But these are more of the hollow point personal defense type rounds. So as you can see, there's a lot of rounds here. This is going to be way more than one range test if I'm going to test all of these. But this is what we have available. I'm probably going to pick and choose a few of these maybe every time we go to the range or periodically. So stay tuned. As you can see, there's a lot coming.